My fiancé's gay best friend has been living with us for 6 months to save money. Last night, I came home early and heard them in our bedroom. The sounds I heard made me record everything. He's not actually gay, and this has been going on since before we got engaged. I, 31M, am sitting in my car outside what was supposed to be my home, with my entire life packed into 2 suitcases in the trunk. 24 hours ago, I thought I was planning a wedding. Now I'm planning how to rebuild from complete betrayal. My fiancée, Lauren, 29F, and I have been together for 4 years, engaged for 8 months. When I met her, she immediately told me about her best friend, Tyler, 30M, who she'd known since college. She made it very clear that Tyler was gay and their friendship was completely platonic. She showed me photos of them at pride events, talked about his ex-boyfriends, mentioned how he was her safe male friend who understood her in ways straight guys couldn't. I met Tyler about a month into dating Lauren. He was friendly, funny, very openly affectionate with Lauren in a way that seemed totally harmless. He'd hug her, play with her hair, call her babe, and gorgeous, but it all seemed like typical gay best friend behavior. I've seen enough movies and TV shows. I didn't think twice about it. Over the years, Tyler was constantly around. He came to dinner with us weekly. He was always texting Lauren. They had inside jokes and a closeness that I actually appreciated. I love that my girlfriend had such a solid friend. When we got engaged, Tyler cried happy tears and immediately started helping with wedding planning. 6 months ago, Tyler mentioned he was struggling financially. His roommate had moved out unexpectedly and he couldn't afford rent alone. Lauren suggested he move into our spare bedroom temporarily, just until he got back on his feet. She framed it as helping out a friend in need. I hesitated, not because I suspected anything, I genuinely didn't, but because I valued our privacy as a couple. Lauren convinced me by saying it would only be 2 or 3 months maximum, and Tyler would help with rent and utilities. I agreed. Tyler moved in. At first, everything seemed fine. He was clean, respectful, contributed to household expenses. But gradually, I noticed things that bothered me. Little things that I couldn't quite articulate as problems. Lauren and Tyler would stay up late watching movies after I went to bed. I'd wake up at 2 a.m. and hear them laughing in the living room. When I'd come out to join them, they'd suddenly get quiet or say they were just finishing up. They had their own coffee routine in the mornings that didn't include me. They'd be in the kitchen talking and would stop mid-conversation when I walked in. Lauren would smile and ask about my day, but always felt like I was interrupting something. Tyler knew things about Lauren's schedule that I didn't. He mentioned she had a dentist appointment that she hadn't told me about. He'd bring home her favorite takeout on days when she'd had tough meetings I didn't even know were happening. I brought it up to Lauren once, casually. You and Tyler seem really close. Sometimes I feel like the third wheel in my own home. She laughed it off. He's my best friend. We've known each other for almost a decade. Don't be jealous of my gay friend. That's silly. That word gay was always the shield. Any concern I raised was dismissed as me being insecure or not understanding platonic friendships between men and women. The gay label made my concerns seem ridiculous, so I pushed down the nagging feeling in my gut. I told myself I was being paranoid. Tyler was gay. This was all innocent. I was lucky my fiancée had such a good friend. Last night changed everything. I was supposed to work late, a client meeting that usually runs until 8 p.m. The meeting got canceled at the last minute. I texted Lauren at 5:30 p.m. to let her know I was coming home early. The text showed as delivered, but she never read it or responded. Not unusual. She sometimes doesn't check her phone if she's busy. I got home around 6 p.m. Tyler's car was in the driveway, which was normal. He worked from home most days. The house was quiet when I walked in. I called out that I was home. No response. I figured they might be out back or wearing headphones. I headed toward the kitchen to grab a drink when I heard something from upstairs, from our bedroom. Sounds. Unmistakable sounds. My first thought was that Lauren was watching something on her laptop, maybe a movie, but then I heard her voice, and Tyler's voice, and the sounds were not from a movie. I stood at the bottom of the stairs completely frozen. My brain couldn't process what I was hearing. This couldn't be what it sounded like. Tyler was gay. This had to be something else. But the sounds continued. Lauren's voice, Tyler's voice, the rhythm, the words I could make out. There was no other explanation. I pulled out my phone with shaking hands and started recording audio. I don't know why instinct, evidence, proof for myself that this was real. I recorded for almost 2 minutes before I couldn't take it anymore. I walked up the stairs. Each step felt like I was moving through water. This wasn't happening. This couldn't be happening. Tyler was gay. Lauren loved me. We were getting married in 4 months. I reached our bedroom door. It was slightly open. I pushed it wider. They didn't notice me at first. They were too occupied. In my bed, my fiancée and her gay best friend, who'd been living in my home for 6 months. Tyler saw me first. His face went white. He scrambled to cover himself. Lauren turned and screamed. I just stood there. Couldn't speak. Couldn't move. Couldn't process the image in front of me. Lauren grabbed a sheet, tears already streaming down her face. Oh my God. Oh my God. This isn't. Let me explain. Tyler was pulling on clothes frantically. Man, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I finally found words. You're gay. It came out flat. Emotionless. Because that's all my brain could grab onto. The one fact I'd built my entire acceptance of this situation on. Tyler wouldn't look at me. Lauren was sobbing. You're gay. I repeated. You've had boyfriends. You go to Pride. You're gay. Lauren's voice cracked. He's not. He's not gay. I'm so sorry. He was never gay. The room tilted. What? Tyler pulled his shirt on, still not making eye contact. I'm bi, but I let people think I was gay because it was easier. For us. For how long? My voice sounded strange to my own ears. Silence. For how long? Lauren wrapped the sheet tighter around herself. Since college. We've been on and off since college. But I loved you. I really did. I wanted to marry you. This thing with Tyler was just physical. It didn't mean anything. 9 years. They've been sleeping together for 9 years. Our entire relationship was overlapped by her relationship with Tyler. The gay best friend was her lover the whole time. The wedding planning. My brain was putting pieces together slowly. You both planned our wedding together. While you were sleeping together. She nodded, crying harder. The engagement party. Was he sleeping with you then too? Please, I can explain. Answer the question. Yes. I looked at Tyler. You cried. At our engagement party. You gave a speech about how happy you were for us. You hugged me and called me a lucky guy. He finally looked up. I meant it. You're a good guy. Lauren does love you. This is complicated. Complicated, I repeated. You've been sleeping with my fiancé in my bed while living in my house rent-free. And it's complicated. I paid rent, Tyler said quietly, and I actually laughed. A harsh, broken sound. Get out. Both of you. Get out of my bedroom right now. They scrambled to get dressed. Lauren kept trying to talk to me, to explain, to beg me to listen. I walked downstairs, pulled out my phone, and played back the audio recording I'd made. Clear as day. Unmistakable. I forwarded it to my email. Then I called my brother. Can I stay with you tonight? Maybe longer. Tyler and Lauren came downstairs fully dressed. Tyler had the decency to start packing his things immediately. Lauren followed me around the house as I threw clothes into a suitcase. Please don't leave. Please let's talk about this. I made a mistake. I'll end things with Tyler. I want to marry you. I stopped packing and looked at her. Really looked at her. This woman I'd planned to spend my life with. Who I trusted completely. Who had brought her affair partner into our home and made me feel crazy for being uncomfortable. Every time I expressed concern about how close you two were, you made me feel like I was being homophobic or insecure. You used his sexuality as a weapon against my instincts. I know. I'm so sorry. Did anyone else know? Your friends? His friends. She bit her lip. Didn't answer. Lauren, did people know he wasn't actually gay? Some people. From college. They knew we had history. So I was the fool. The only one who didn't know. No. They thought it was over. They thought. Stop talking. I finished packing. Grabbed my laptop and important documents. Tyler was loading boxes into his car, moving fast, trying to avoid me. Smart. Lauren's phone started ringing. She glanced at it and her face went even paler. It's your mom. I'd forgotten. I'd call my brother from the bedroom. He must have told my parents. My phone started buzzing, my dad calling. I answered. Dad, your brother told us. Son, what do you need? Just hearing his voice almost broke me. I need to get out of this house. We're coming to get you. Pack whatever you need. Your mother is calling the venue right now about the wedding. Of course she was. Practical even in crisis. My family would handle the logistics while I tried to handle the emotional devastation. I hung up. Lauren looked terrified. What about the wedding? There is no wedding, Lauren. There's no relationship. There's nothing. Please don't do this. Please. I love you. I'll cut Tyler out completely. I'll do anything. Tyler paused in the doorway with a box. Lauren, just let him go. We screwed up. It's over. She spun on him. Shut up. This is your fault. You couldn't just stay away. My fault? You invited me to move in. You're the one who's engaged. They started arguing. About whose fault it was. About their relationship. About me like I wasn't standing right there. I walked out the front door mid-argument. Left them to figure it out. My parents pulled up as I was loading my car. My mom hugged me without saying anything. My dad grabbed my suitcases. The house is in both our names, I remembered suddenly. The mortgage, everything. We'll handle it tomorrow, Dad replied firmly. Tonight you're coming home. Home, to my childhood bedroom. At 31, because my fiancée had been cheating on me with her fake gay best friend for our entire relationship. Update 1. 3 days later. I haven't slept more than 2 hours at a time since it happened. I've gotten over 200 texts from Lauren. I've blocked her number. She's been emailing. I've filtered those to spam. Tyler texted once to apologize. I didn't respond. My family has been incredible. My mom canceled the wedding venue, caterer, photographer, everything. We'll lose some deposits, but I don't care. My brother has been helping me figure out the house situation. My dad just sits with me when I can't talk. I hired a lawyer yesterday. The house is complicated. We're both on the mortgage and title. My lawyer is exploring options for getting her to sell or buy me out. I don't want to live there ever again. The audio recording I made is legal in our state, one-party consent. My lawyer says it's clear evidence of infidelity, which matters for the house division and will help if she tries to claim she's entitled to more. My friends have been supportive, but I can see the pity in their eyes. Some of them knew Tyler. They believed he was gay too. We all feel stupid, but some of Lauren's friends apparently knew. 2 people have reached out to apologize for not saying anything. They thought it was over, or didn't want to get involved, or weren't sure it was their place. I've deleted their messages. If you knew and said nothing, you're not my friend. The hardest part is the random memories. Making coffee and remembering how Tyler and Lauren had their morning routine. Watching TV and remembering how they'd stay up late together. Going to bed and remembering them in my bed. I keep asking myself how I missed it. The signs are there. The intimacy, the secrecy, the way they'd look at each other. But the gay label was such effective camouflage. I never thought to question it, because why would someone fake being gay? What kind of person does that? Tyler, apparently. And Lauren helped him do it. They weaponized LGBTQ identity as a cover for their affair. That might be the part that makes me angriest. They turned something that should be respected and protected into a tool for deception. Update 2. 2 weeks later. Lauren signed the house papers. She's buying me out, using money from her parents, apparently. I don't care where it comes from. I just want out. The closing is in 3 weeks. I'll walk away with my equity and never look back. I went back to the house once to get more of my belongings. Lauren wasn't there. We arranged it that way through lawyers. Walking through those rooms felt surreal, like visiting a museum of a life that never actually existed. I found things that made me sick. Photos of Tyler and Lauren from college in a drawer. Concert tickets from years ago with their names on them. A birthday card he'd given her last year with an inside joke that clearly referenced their relationship. Evidence of 9 years of lies hidden in plain sight. My lawyer deposed both of them separately as part of the house settlement. Tyler admitted the relationship started in college and continued intermittently ever since. He claimed he really did think he might be gay at first, which is why he started presenting that way. But then he realized he was just in love with Lauren specifically. What a convenient realization. Lauren's deposition was harder to hear about. She admitted they'd been physical the entire time we were together. Sometimes weekly, sometimes they'd go months without. It was just physical and meant nothing compared to her feelings for me. She actually thought that would make it better. That her emotional connection was with me even while her physical one was with him. Like that somehow made the betrayal less complete. She doesn't get it. The gay best friend sleeping over for movie nights? They were hooking up. The helping with wedding planning sessions? Hooking up. The time she said she was hanging out with Tyler and I stayed home? Definitely hooking up. Every moment of our relationship was contaminated by her ongoing affair with him. There was no part of us that was sacred or protected from their lies. Update 3. 1 month later. The house closed. I have a check for my half of the equity. I moved into a new apartment across town. It's smaller, quieter mine. No ghosts here. I blocked Lauren on everything after the closing finalized. She sent a final email through her lawyer asking if we could talk someday when I'm ready to get closure. I had my lawyer respond that I have all the closure I need. Tyler apparently moved back in with Lauren immediately after I left. Multiple people have told me this, thinking I'd want to know. I don't. They deserve each other. What's helped most is therapy. My therapist specializes in betrayal trauma. She's helped me understand that what Lauren and Tyler did wasn't just cheating, it was systematic gaslighting. Every time I expressed discomfort and they made me feel unreasonable, that was intentional manipulation. The fake gay identity was calculated deception designed to make me doubt my own instincts. I'm working through trust issues. Obviously, how do I trust anyone's identity or relationships now? How do I believe what people tell me about themselves? My therapist says this is normal and will improve with time, but right now it feels impossible. I've started dating again. Nothing serious, just coffee dates. Being honest about my recent breakup and why I'm gun shy. Most people are understanding. One woman told me her ex faked being a recovering addict to explain weird behavior. He wasn't in recovery. He was actively using, and the meetings were when he got high. Betrayal comes in many forms, apparently. The wedding that didn't happen was supposed to be last weekend. I spent it camping with my brother instead. No cell service, just nature and brotherhood and processing. It was exactly what I needed. Final update, 3 months later. I'm okay. Not perfect, but okay. The healing isn't linear, but it's happening. I found out through mutual friends that Lauren and Tyler broke up 6 weeks after I left. Apparently living together openly, without the excitement of sneaking around, revealed they had nothing in common except physical chemistry and the thrill of deception. They fought constantly. Tyler moved out. Lauren is apparently devastated that she lost everything. I feel nothing hearing this. No satisfaction, no vindication. Just emptiness where something used to be. My therapist says that's actually healthy. She says sometimes the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. I've processed enough to stop caring about their story. I'm focused on my own story now. I reconnected with friends I'd lost touch with during the relationship. I've taken up hobbies I'd abandoned. I'm running again, something I stopped doing because Lauren found it boring and I'd feel guilty leaving her home alone. Except she was never alone, Tyler was there. The trust issues are improving. Slowly. I'm learning to listen to my instincts again instead of dismissing them. If something feels off, I investigate instead of explaining it away. Ifaye Mitshimwan. Rachel. It's very new, very tentative. She knows about Lauren and Tyler. I told her on our second date because I need to be honest about where I am emotionally. She appreciated that. She's been patient with my boundaries and questions. When she introduced me to her best friend, Chris, I tensed up. Another male best friend. But Chris brought his husband to dinner. They've been married 8 years. He showed me photos of their wedding, talked about his husband's career, held his hand across the table. Real, genuine, not a performance. I cried in my car afterward. Rachel called to make sure I was okay. I explained that seeing actual healthy friendships and knowing people's identities are real helped me more than I expected. She got it. She didn't judge. She just listened. That's what I'm building toward, a life where people are who they say they are, where relationships are honest, where my instincts are trusted instead of gaslit. Lauren and Tyler taught me what I don't want. They showed me what deception looks like. They revealed how far people will go to maintain a lie. But they also taught me what I deserve. Honesty, respect, a partner who doesn't need a fake gay best friend to feel fulfilled. Basic human decency. I'm 31, starting over, rebuilding from rubble. But I'm building something real this time. Something that won't collapse when the lies are exposed, because there won't be any lies. And honestly, that's worth losing everything fake to gain.